Welcome back, Yard Talk family. You already know it's me, your nappy headed kid, Big T. You already motherfucking know. Now, once again, like I said on our previous interview that we did, we couldn't post it due to audio issues, but I don't think we got that problem this time around. Now, I will say, the last person we interviewed, great. Same thing like last time, though, when I interviewed my co-host, STAAXZ, is going to be hopping on with us mid-interview. So we'll get that, it'll slide in perfectly. But I will go ahead and introduce our wonderful guest here, T motherfucking Clipse. Man, let's get this shit, man. You already know. Man, it's some real man, so here's the story about this. Around when we started, we hit this dude up to try to get him scheduled for an interview. Let's just say he's one of many people that we hit up in the beginning and we forgot to get around to. No hard feeling. It's just like we started getting some movement, and that movement went around certain other people, and we deeply apologize. But you're here now. That's what fucking matters.
Yes, sir.
That's what fucking matters. It's been a minute though, but even then, I still kept up with your content and a lot of your music, man. Definitely still do some dope shit. Definitely pushing out the real shit for sure.
Right.
So let me start off with this. What's the reason for your artist name?
Damn, I've been getting this a lot. I don't even know if there's a reason. I feel like I got the name and then kind of built a reason around it. Like I used to be in like a little dance crew back when I was in middle school, and we would just be messing around with different names to call ourselves. And like T-Clipse kind of just stuck. And like people were calling me that even before high school. So like I got into high school, people were calling me T-Clipse. Then I graduated, just in the street, people were calling me that. But I feel like it kind of just fits me. Like my name's Ty, you feel me? That's where the T comes from. And it's kind of just like a play on words, like T-Clipse, E-Clipse. I got asked this in my last interview too, and I was just like, damn, like I feel like I've heard this in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. Real shit. When I posted it on Instagram, I did a little like Eclipse kind of spin off of it. I like that. It's still kind of dope too.
Yeah, for sure.
So, for those who don't know, where you coming from, man?
I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. Like, right now I'm in Malden, but I be around. Sometimes I stay in Woburn, sometimes I stay in Malden, sometimes I stay in Boston, But that greater Boston area, for people that aren't from here, I just be saying Boston because that's the easiest, like, point location.
Okay. So what was your startup journey like? So when I say startup journey, what did you have to do? Do you have to go to studio to studio? Did you already know somebody, or did you already just kind of get your own equipment?
I mean, when I first started, I was actually like when I do stuff, I try to take it big. So when I first started when I was like 17, 16, I first started like in my dude's basement. Pause. We was just like doing stuff in the basement, recording in the basement, freestyling, making videos and stuff. And then I started to go to an actual studio, and I was paying a lot for studio time. I was probably paying like $50 an hour, which in 2017, before inflation, as a high schooler, like that's a lot. So I was paying that, and I was going to a studio, and then I'm like, one, I wasn't too satisfied with how the dude was mixing my stuff. Not any knock on him. It was kind of just like, I was early, he was early, that type of thing. So I taught myself how to mix, taught myself how to record and stuff. And then I transitioned from that into my room. And then I ended up getting my own studio with some of my boys. And, from there he went on. But I think this is still kind of like the startup. Like, I think I got a long way to go with this artistry. But that's kind of how I started up. And who knows, next year it might be something different. Next year I might end up going to someone else just to work on my rapping and my writing and not so much engineering. So we'll see.
Most definitely. And you said, you had other interviews. How many interviews have you done so far?
In my life, I can probably count on one hand. Probably like 5, 6 interviews, just all different types of them, in person, over the phone, video chat, different types of things.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely want to transition to in person eventually. It's just the way we got it set up. We're still in the beginning stage of our platform, but we definitely want to.
Yeah, bro, you got to start somewhere,
Definitely, for sure. So, what are some of your inspirations? When I say inspirations, I mean artists, or even celebrities, or even family members or friends.
Um, I take I take inspiration from everything. Like when I was a kid and even now, like I get inspired by obviously artists. Like some of my artist inspirations just easily like Lil Wayne, Earl Sweatshirt. And then on like the other side of things, like on the business side of things, I'm really inspired by dudes like Master P, Tech Nine, Russ. Like I don't listen to them as much, but just the way that they make a business out of music is very inspiring. And I get inspired by people who just work, like people who are just like back against the wall, like I'm gonna work. Like I get inspired by Kobe. Like Kobe's a big inspiration for me because he's just like, you feel me? He's gonna work. He's gonna stand on business, 10 toes down. I get inspired by like even just like things that aren't even real. Like I was a kid, I tried to go Super Saiyan. You feel me? Like I get inspired by Goku. I get inspired by like fucking Batman. He don't got no powers. He still be whooping niggas' asses. So like I try to take inspiration from everything. Like I think it's more about like how you perceive it. Like if there's someone behind a wall and they're talking to you and you're hearing about what they're doing, it could be anybody. They don't have to be a real character. You feel me? But if those words touch me or if their story touches me in a way, rapper, celebrity, fictional, real character, black, white, Asian, I'm gonna take inspiration from it if it's relatable.
Right, right, most definitely, definitely fuck with that. So, talking about some of your projects, what's been the most like? What's what song out of your catalog do you feel like you put the most emotion into? Now it could be sad emotion, or it could be happy emotion, or whatever kind of emotion. Which one do you think?
If I have to pick one song out of every song I've ever released, it would probably be this song I have called "Swimming at Sunset," and it's off my project "Son of Luna." It's the outro off my project "Son of Luna." I think it's like probably one of the longest songs I've done, but I think that song I put the most emotion into just because it's just so real. Like the stuff I'm saying on there is just so like it's so real, but it's not even me just saying like, oh, I went through this and this happened. I'm kind of just like painting a picture out of it. Like I might not use the exact words out of it. I might say it like in a rapper way, in a more mystic way, but like this is what happened. Like I might say like, oh, I'm fighting with this, and I might not be physically fighting, but I might be like fighting an emotional fight type of thing. But yeah, that song, you feel me? I think I definitely put a lot into that song. Like even just the song itself, before I even wrote a lyric to that song, I had the thought in my head, like swimming at sunset. Like it's towards the end of the summer type of thing. You're in August. Like up here, that's when we start to have earlier sunsets. It gets a little colder, and you're just kind of like taking the last bit of the summer. And I'm like, I need to make a song about this. And then I made a song, made an entire song. It was 3 verses, and I ended up scrapping it. And I made the beat myself. There's not even any drums in there. You feel me? There's no drums on there. You also definitely check that out. But I made the beat myself, mixed it myself, wrote it myself, obviously. And I think that song I probably put the most emotion into, put the most, oomph into it.
Okay. What's the first song you started getting the most hype out of?
The first song I started getting the most hype out of, realistically, it was probably my song "Back to Business." I got a song with Chester Watson. I don't know if you're hip to him. I don't know if people are hip to Chester Watson, but he was a lot more popping in like 2016, 17. But me and my boy, we made this beat. We're like, yo, we need a feature on this. We need like a real feature, whatever. We reached out to Chester Watson. He's not like, you feel me, a super big artist, but he's bigger than us. So just the fact that he hopped, it wasn't free, but just the fact that like he hopped on the song, he reposted it, he pinned it on his Spotify. Like he did what he could. And I think I appreciate that because sometimes I'll see artists that aren't even as big as him that be trying to act like they're Drake. They don't want to post it. They don't want to comment on it when you post it. But yeah, he shared the song and everything. And obviously, since he's a bigger artist than us, it boosted up me and my boy Ninja, the producer on there, boosted our Spotify's and social medias up a little bit to like the point where like obviously it was a very big incline when the song dropped, but even when we went back down to where we were before, like our landing point was still a lot higher. So that song definitely changed like my Spotify, my streaming. So I think that was probably the first song I ever got real hype off of in 2021.
Okay.
Back to business.
Yeah. For shit, y'all already know. Go check that shit out for sure. already. Definitely dope shit. You know, I mean, I've definitely gotten a chance to listen to a percentage of your songs, just not all of them. So like, I'm still working my way back, but definitely gotta check it out.
Yeah, I got a lot of music, and I'm not even. I still feel like I'm in the early stages of my artistry. I feel like I'm in the infancy of my artistry, and I have mad music out, and it's just because um I be working, and I'm not the type of person to delete my music for two reasons. One, because like I think people like to see growth. Like if you hear something from my first album, then you hear something from my last album, you'd be like, damn, like he really grew.
Right.
So for that to see the growth, and also you never know what people like. Like my biggest song ever is one of the first songs I ever released from my first album. Has over 1 million. I hate that shit, but clearly other people like it. So like, if I deleted it, like that's money I'm taking out of my own pockets.
Right.
So keep your work up. You never know who's gonna like it.
Exactly. So there's a whole looming cloud of the music industry of the simple question of, would you rather be independent or get under a label?
Um, what would I rather do if it's just black and white? I'd rather be independent. But that's a very nuanced question. You never know because it's like a dude that just be posting music on SoundCloud in his basement. Like he's independent. But like, what is he really doing? The way I kind of look at it is like, do what works for you. I'm just a very independent person overall, just in my life with everything. But I would. I'm a fan of doing what works for you. Like, you can be independent, but if you own all of your shit and you have no traction, how does that help you? Or you can be part of a label and have the worst deal of all time. You can own 1%, but if it's 1% of a billion, that's still more than like 100% of like fucking two. You feel me? So you never know. But if I gotta answer that question, I'm gonna say independent. I like to own my stuff. I like ownership. I like not having to answer to anybody. So I'm definitely independent, but either one can work depending on your situation.
Right. Most definitely. It just kind of depends how the cards play.
For sure.
So there's a lot that goes into creating music, but I like to see the top two things. If we wanted to simplify it, the top two things that go into making music is a writing process and the growth within beats choices. So starting off, what's your writing process like?
Um, my writing process, it starts with experience. I have to go through something before I write something. I feel like when I first, it's crazy to think I definitely have grown as an artist, but I feel like when I first started, I had a lot more stuff to write about just because I hadn't rapped about anything in the past. So like from age 4 until age like 16, 17, I had all of that to work with. Versus now when I'm writing damn near every day, I have to I think I've grown as a writer, but I have to post stuff. So I think it starts with the experience. You first have to go through something to write about it, see something, whatever. And then the next thing is you have to figure out how to put it into a rap.
Right.
And I kind of do this subconsciously now. It's kind of just like, I don't know when I'm going through stuff. I don't know when I'm putting it into a rap. I kind of just do it. But I think it starts with experience, how to put it into words, and then your delivery. And sometimes I don't write. Sometimes I freestyle. I go off top. But like, let's say it's like just a normal track. I write to it. It goes experience, then how you're gonna form it and fit it into a bar, and then it's delivery. How are you gonna say it? What's your cadence? You're gonna be angry. You're gonna be happy, sad, hype, mumble, lyrical. How are you gonna do it? So experience, how you're gonna fit it into a bar, and then how you're gonna deliver it.
And I think that's something people like fans. There's certain fans that miss that when it comes down to their favorite artists. Even I started kind of realizing it when it came down to Kendrick's most recent album. Like, he took all that time so that way he could experience life, so that way he could come back and write.
Wait, whose album?
Kendrick.
The newest one, or like which one?
The newest one. Mr.
Okay.
Big Steppers. I feel like
Yeah.
he had to take those so many years a lot of away from music, so that way he could collect more life to put that back into his music. and that was re-mentioned too recently on Schoolboy Q, because I recently saw a podcast back on Fig that him and his homies, but he was even saying that as well, like, and even one of the first artists we interviewed on the platform, I was just talking to him the other day too about it, because he's working on a project. Like, working on music like that can be draining, so that's why, as artists, we got to be able to separate consistency and actually experiencing our, having our time to ourselves and life experiences. We got to be able to balance that. With and it gets hard at times. At times we want to put something out and please the fans, but at other times it's like, let's take a minute. Let's soak some things.
That's the tightrope you gotta walk. That's the line you gotta walk as an artist. It's like, some people will tell you gotta drop a song every week, every day, every month, however consistently you do it. And some people will be like, don't drop a song until it's your best song. You've experienced stuff and you lived through it. So you definitely gotta find that middle ground.
Right. Exactly. Definitely. So the other process and piece to great music is beat choices. Would you say your beat choices have grown and evolved since you started music to now?
They definitely expanded. They definitely, like, I've definitely broadened my horizon with beats. Like, some of the beats I rap on now, I never would have expected myself to rap on when I first started, just because I had a very specific vibe I was trying to go for and a very specific image I was trying to do. But now it's like, if it's good, it's good. I'll rap on it. And I also feel like they have grown because I've been kind of working with the same people since I first started. Like, I have like probably like 5 producers that I can just think of, 5 like really solid producers who I've been working with since I first started. And since they've grown, they've definitely, grown my beat choice as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. Most definitely. What would you think is the most what beat that you rapped on gave you a lot of chills, goosebumps when you heard it?
A song that I have now, let me think. Beat that gave me chills and goosebumps when I heard it. That first song I mentioned, Swimming with Sunset, for sure. I think there's a couple songs that aren't out that I think of, but for a different song that's out that I've got goosebumps when I first rapped on it. I would say I have a song called "End of Discussion." When I heard that beat, I was just like, "Damn! Like, I gotta do something to this." My boy Matt made that. Let me think. The song "Cursed with a Blessing" is in my head, but for some reason I just didn't want to say that. But I think that song definitely, like, looking back on it, I think it gave me goosebumps when I rapped on it, because I made that beat myself. Right. So I structured it to myself, and when I first started rapping on it, I was just like, "Damn! Like, this song is probably gonna go." And it's like I can do something pretty good with this song. And I think that song was good, because I think that was a good mix of, like, my artistry, and people also messed with it too. Like, it definitely resonated with people as well.
Okay. Most definitely, man. Real shit. Damn. I fucks with it. Now, I mean, I still want to go back to. I still want to definitely put this out on my opinion on your music. Like you said, Oral Sweat Heart, one of your favorite. I definitely heard that through a lot of the music. Like, even with the dreads you got the whole Earl Sweat Heart vibe. I love it though. It's dope.
Yeah, I actually just I saw him in New York this summer. Like, literally, like, I was like right next to him, but I was tripping. I'm not gonna lie, I was tripping on shrooms, and I saw him, and I just thought to myself, I was just like, this is like my favorite rapper of all time, and I'm like, I feel like if I go up to this nigga and ask for a picture, it's gonna just spoil it. But I was just thinking in my head, and I was at a show too, and I'm like, bro, there's probably like 400-500 people out here in this crowd, and they're all realistically here to see him, and he's like right there behind stage. Like, I'm backstage, and I'm literally right there. And then he just walked out to the streets of New York, and nobody even knew it was him. He put his hood on and he just walked out, and I'm like, that was the craziest shit ever. But yeah, that was crazy seeing my favorite rapper just like right there. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna see him again one day. Meet him again. Don't even trip on it. Don't even spoil the moment. I don't think it would have done anything if I took a picture. It would have just been a picture. But the state I was in at that time, I was kind of thinking, I was just like, you know what? I'm good. You know, life will play its cards for me again.
Most definitely. So, what are some of your impact? Like, how do you expect to be able to? What kind of impact do you expect to leave behind as a person, and then also impact to leave with your music?
As a person, I want to leave the impact of like just being a good person, but obviously, no bullshit. Like that's like very easy. But what I mean by that is kind of just kind of being a warrior in a garden type of thing. Like I'm still in the garden, you know. I'm still planting the seeds, you know. Pet the cats, kiss the babies, but like I will kill as well as die over like what I believe in. You feel me? As far as activism, as far as just moral code, just like you know, protect the people that can't protect themselves, the women, the children, the animals, the land, but also like be nice to it. So I feel like the impact that I can leave is you know like be a strong man, be strong willed, but also be kind, be lighthearted, be funny. So I feel like that's what I see as a good person, someone who is nice but not a pushover. You know, like you can be nice, you can be respectful, be loving, but also be passionate and be willing to stand on something. Be willing to stand on business. Well, ding dong.
Hey, what's up? There you go.
Now, my lovely co-host, Key motherfucking STAAXZ is in the building. You heard? We here.
What's up?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Lord.
Yeah, the second part, the impact that I want to leave as artist. When I first like came into music, hasn't changed too much, but like when I first came into music, I'm very like you know black power, black nationalist, and just try to change the status quo of the rap game. You know how a lot of people are talking about stuff that's not like you wouldn't want your kids to hear, you wouldn't want your grandma to hear type of thing. Men, women, everybody. Like I'm not even gonna say it's just the niggas or shorties. It's that people's on some bullshit. And I was kind of thinking like you know come in and be conscious. That's kind of what I was thinking. But then part of me is like, as much as I would love to just give people consciousness and game stuff all the time, one, it's not really that fun for me or for my fans, and two, it's not really sustainable. Like you see the people that are like, it's kind of hard to make an impact on that. And someone might say like, you know, do it because you love it. Don't do it for the views or the streams or whatever. But it's like, then again, y'all heard like if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, you feel me? So you wouldn't want it to fall on deaf ears. My impact right now as a musician, now that I think about it, it kind of lines up with my impact that I want to leave as a person. Like my music can be lighthearted, it can be fun, you can vibe to it, smoke to it, fuck your shorty to it, but it's also like you might listen to it and listen to the lyrics and be like, wow, he's really painting a picture. He's really talking about different things. Like I might go on a trap beat, rap about some activism shit, and y'all might not even know because of the balance and the cadence I have to it. When you read it, you're like, damn, he was actually saying something. So yeah, the impact I'm gonna leave is definitely like, you know, be fun, make good music, like make stuff that resonates with people, but also make stuff that has a message in it and has an artistry to it.
Most definitely, man. And what would you say your current impact is like right now? Like, how have you currently have impacted people around you?
Say it again?
How have you currently impacted people around you?
How I currently impact people around me, I think as far as the people in my city, I would hope that I've just like given them the bit of just like wherewithal and perseverance and passion, just like never stop doing it. Cause like I've been rapping since like 2016, 17. Obviously started out on SoundCloud, just posting my link on social media and stuff. Now people see me like doing shit for real. Like I'm about to do a mini tour in New York in April. And it's like, damn, like I was rapping in my school music. So I think the impact that I'm leaving right now is just the passion and the drive and global for the people who really know me, people that just hear my music. I think I think I'm leaving the impact and the message of, you know, kind of what I was saying, like have fun, make your art, but stand on something.
Okay. Most definitely. How has you doing music impacted you?
How has me doing music impacted me? I think it has made me more creative. It's made me look at things in a different way. Like the way I do music, like just seeing myself as a creative and as a artist, a professional, even like an athlete. You know, I'm just like I'm working. I was gonna say working my mouth, but that shit would have sounded fruity. I'm working my mind. I'm working the pen type of thing. The same way a nigga in the gym that plays D1 is going to the gym every day. I'm going to the studio every day. So I think the impact it's had on me is discipline, more creativity, and just looking at things in a different way. Like sometimes I'll watch movies and I'll be like, damn, like I'm a mixing engineer. Let me see like how Christopher Nolan made these shots. Let me see how he added in this music to make this feeling. What actor he chose to play this role. Like I look at things in the back end, and also like music business, being a businessman as well. I'll just like look at stores. Like I'll look at stores in my city that have been here since before I was born, and they survived 08, and they survived the pandemic, and it's like they're like shoe cleaners, you feel me? But all these flashy shits didn't survive. So I'll look at stuff like that as a business person, just like, you know, studying business, studying creative, studying directors and all assets, not just music, like, you know, basketball, movies, architecture, business, everything. So I definitely look at life in a different way and being creative myself.
I agree. Like even when I'm high, too. I like to listen to a beat, like the show Wu-Tang. RZA, he be trying to, when he's producing a beat, he's taking piece by piece. That's how I listen to music sometimes too. I'm just taking piece by piece in my head, like, okay, there's that instrument. Okay, I hear that. Okay, there's that sound. Like I definitely dissect and break down little shit to understand the creation process. Definitely, I like that too. For you, how would you say that? Like, what's your, when you are in a creation mode and then you have a moment where you're just brain clogged and fogged and shit? What's your process of getting back into creation mode?
Try again another day. For real. Sometimes I'll force it out. I don't like to do that, but sometimes it needs to get done. Like if I tell myself I'm getting a song done tonight, like I'm getting a song done tonight, no matter how I feel about it. If I say I'm getting 5 songs done, I'm getting 5 songs done by this date, regardless. But like if I just pick up my phone or pick up my notepad and start writing, or if I'm just in the studio, just go to the studio, and if I don't have anything, I'm not gonna force it out. I'm gonna be like, you know what, I don't have it today. I gotta go live. I gotta go experience, or I just gotta take my mind off of it. Like sometimes I don't even have to go through no crazy shit. It's just like gotta take my mind off of it. Go do like I was telling my boy this one day. Like I was like just going out to eat, like with my friends and stuff. I was like, bro, I needed this. I needed like some real life shit because I feel like I've just been doing too much music or too much work or too much business. Like sometimes you just need to unwind. Sometimes you gotta for real just like go play some video games, go out to eat, go take a walk. So yeah, like if I'm not feeling it, I'd say like 70% of the time I just come back another day, come back another time, and like that 30% of the time I just push through it and just make it happen. Like I remember one day I was like, I'm getting this song done, and I sat in my studio for like 4 or 5 hours with the lights off, just writing like one bar every 30 minutes. Like sometimes it be like that, you feel me? But you know, either come back another day, push through it, you know, whatever you feeling.
Definitely. Yeah, and then you know the craziest places where you get the craziest ideas is either when you're taking a shit or you're in the shower.
Yeah, for sure.
Out of nowhere, I swear I'd be thinking of this craziest shit. I'd just be, huh? All right, gotta go write that down.
When you get alone with yourself, you just like stuff just be coming to you. You don't have when you don't have any outside influences, it's crazy like the thoughts you would think like no TV, no friends, it's you in that toilet, nigga. Like you're getting ideas.
But your brain really going through the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I got another good serious question. Where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
Where do I see myself in 10 years?
Yeah.
As a man, hopefully, you know, like with a family, wife, kids, crib, all that. Just the usual. As a rapper, where do I see myself in 10 years? I would think I would see myself, damn, probably doing something like in the mentor side of things, probably doing something like teaching people, if not like, you know, putting people on, maybe having a label of my own, like a mini label, not on no weird shit though, like, you know, just to push artists up. I wouldn't be doing it like to get money. You can't do it for free obviously, but I would be doing it more so for the growth of an artist and to like put people on. It's like I try to put people on now, but I'm still very focused on myself because, like I said, I still feel like I'm in the early stages of my artist career. But I feel like you're not really anything as a businessman or as a creative until you can get other people in positions and teach other people and put other people on. Like I feel like that should really be your goal if you're doing business or if you're doing the arts.
Right. I agree. Definitely. You can't limit yourself to one thing.
I definitely see myself as like, I don't know. I mean, like I'm 23 right now, so like 33, I wouldn't be that old. Like there's plenty of 33 rappers who are killing it. Like I think like on the low key, like unpopular opinion, I feel like that's really like your prime for rapping. Like when you hit 30, like a lot of niggas say it's done when you're 30, but I think when you're 30, that's like you don't really be hearing like, oh, the best lyricists, and it'll be like some like nigga my age. It's usually people who are like 30, because that's when you really lived enough, but you're not that old. Like you're not 50. You've probably been rapping for 10 so years. So I feel like when I'm 33, maybe, I feel like maybe like 2 years before that, I might have just dropped like 2 of the best albums of all time when I was like 30. And now I'm off the fruits of my labor and I'm putting other people on. That's kind of how I see it.
I mean, I've been told in my past, like, yo, what are you doing? Start music before you turn 25. And when you're 25, you're this age and this age and this age. You don't want to keep waiting. I'm not waiting. I'm just taking my time on my craft. I don't want to just...
Never know. Like there's a lot of people who got hot and you don't even know it. Like whether it's like obviously Griselda, everybody knows about Griselda, like just getting hot in their like 30s. They're like 40 now. I think it's old as fuck, but they're nice. Like people still bump them, whether you're 15, 40, whatever. Fabio Foreign, he was older. He was older than 30. OT7 Kwani, that nigga was older than 30. Like it be taking time to get on. Like Oprah didn't get hot till she was in her 30s. She's a billionaire, you know. When Oprah was my age, she wasn't doing shit.
For real. Alrighty. So, have you ever gotten the chance to do shows?
Do shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a good amount of shows in my life.
What's that like for you to do shows?
It's like I think that's like the pinnacle of music. Like I feel like as an artist, like when you perform your stuff for other people in like a show setting, that's kind of like where you're trying to go. That's where you're trying to be for real. Like it wasn't up until like I don't know, maybe like 2010, 2005, 5, whatever, when people started making music just for the internet or just for like streaming. Like back in the day, it was like you made a song, okay, now you gotta go perform that at wherever you're gonna perform that at. Or even like, let's say we even bring it even further back, like before recording, before this technology was created, you either had it or you didn't. You could either perform or you couldn't. It wasn't like, oh, I need this, I need that, I need this, because it's like when hip hop first started, you didn't have all that. You had a mic. You couldn't even really record. Like they were using tape. Like they were cutting tape. There was no like software where you can record and do another take. So like the way I feel about performing is I feel like that's the highest level of the artistry, and I take performing very seriously. Like, and I'm very critical of performances as well too, like mine and other people's performances.
Most definitely got to. Even that's your payday too. That's your payday right there. Them shows is your payday.
Yeah, that's the work. That's like going to play a game as an athlete. Like that's your game. That's where you're making the bread and butter.
Exactly. What has been the best advice given to you? Not just music. It can be music wise or it can be life wise.
Best advice given to me. Probably like some stoic shit, but not even like that. Like probably from someone in my life, just like staying balanced and staying calm. Like I can think of my dad, something very simple. My dad kind of just told me like the way I stay good in my life is like I never get too high, never get too low. Like something good happens, you can't treat it like nothing bad's ever gonna happen to you again. And like if something bad happens, you can't really like trip over it. It's like just think about even like 5 years ago, like whatever you were tripping about so bad, whether it was like a grade or crashing the car or having like a bad breakup. It's like now it's just like okay, like it happened, we're over it, or something good even, something good to happen to you. And it's like okay, it happened, we're here now. So I think like staying balanced, like the stoic quote, whatever it was like basically control what you can control to the best of your ability. And the stuff you can't control, don't trip about it. That's kind of like the basis of it.
Yeah. Definitely agree on that one. Is that the same advice you would give? Or something different?
I think if I just had to tell, like if I just seen someone like a blank slate person, I would say that. But on the other end of it, just like as a human, I would also say like treat others the way you want to be treated. Like I learned that in second grade. I went to a Catholic school, and that was like there was a big thing on that when you walked in. And it was just a picture of mad people, and I would always look at it, and I was like, damn. I was just like, if everybody practiced this, like
that's
life would be easy.
That's 1 year old type of shit. Like, come on, man. We're taught that literally 1 year old.
And it's so it's so rudimentary, but it's so real because you just think of people like they're billionaires. You feel me? They're politicians. They're people who run the world that still haven't really mastered this, or they just lost it as they got older. Like you get corrupted with power and money, and you just lose it. But I feel like you really gotta like. I would tell someone to stay balanced, but I would also say like on the human side of it, on the real life side of it, treat other people the way you want to be treated. Or just be nice. Like, I don't know, like treat other people the way you want to be treated. If you wouldn't want someone to sell you a fucked up computer or a fucked up car, like obviously you wouldn't. Don't do it to someone else. Like if you wouldn't want someone to, I don't know, have sex with your shorty knowing that she's dating you, don't do that to somebody else. Or like if you wouldn't want someone to steal from you, don't steal from them. Don't bomb someone else because you'd be tight if somebody bombed you. So it's like I think it's so simple, but yeah, I would add that onto it. Treat other people the way you want to be treated. And just be nice. Just being nice can go a long way. Sometimes you gotta just be nice to a nigga.
Can't hurt. Come on, man. Can't hurt. So like, okay, well, sometimes people have fantasies. These fantasies can involve wanting two of your favorite artists or just two different artists to finally do a song after so long. Like, that shit would sound so great. So what are some of those dream collabs that you would like to see?
with other artists.
Yes, like, well, not you doing them with other artists, which would be that would actually be the next question. But what artists would you like to see work with each other?
I would love to see. Let me think. I know so many damn artists. I would love to see like maybe an artist like this type of stuff has happened before, but I don't know if this specific collab has happened. But like maybe an artist like Sade or something, and then an artist like maybe like Jay-Z or Lil Wayne, or let me think who else. Even someone like G Herbo, you feel me? I'll even throw G Herbo in there. And the reason I'm saying that is because like a lot of these dudes will rap over like beats with like soulful samples like Jill Scott, Sade, Badu type of stuff. But like if I could just see that collab happen on its own, like no sample, that would be fire. Like I said, it could be anyone, like an artist like that. Cause I feel like they don't do that no more. Back in the day with hip hop, there used to be a nigga on shorty singing on the hook and a nigga rapping, street nigga. So I feel like that type of collab, like maybe I'm gonna throw it out. I'm gonna say like Sade and like G Herbo. Like I feel like a collab like that would go stupid. Like Sade on the hook and then G Herbo rapping like about some hard shit with a crazy ass beat. Like I'd love that collab.
For sure, most definitely. I think Lil Durk's getting close to doing some shit like that.
Lil Durk too. That would be tough because he got mad bag.
Not for real.
He got mad lanes.
What artist would you love to do a collab with?
I would love to do a collab like shit. Lil Durk. I would love to do a collab with an artist like Lil Durk. I would say like I don't want to make it too easy because I would love to do a collab with like something that's more in my lane. Maybe like Earl Sweatshirt, or even if we take it a step further, like Jay-Z, obviously, you'd love to get a Jay-Z feat.
Yeah.
A collab with an artist like probably like Lil Durk, Lucky, someone like that. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I think something like that would it would be mad fun to make. Of course, and also I think it could kind of just take both of us out of our comfort zone. Like I would have to like be a little more like leaned out, not really, but like you feel me, like metaphorically, I gotta be a little more like trippy with it, and they would have to be a little more like, all right, let me like stand on business, enunciate my words a little more. And I've done songs like that with artists like in my city, just people who are more in the trap vibe, and they're mad fun to make. Like I feel like it really just brings us both just like. So yeah, I would love to do a song with like Lil Durk, Lucky, Trippy Red, maybe. I don't know. One of them niggas.
I mean that's like when Kendrick did Damn, you know? And I mean he started taking that trap soul kind of flow with his whole album. And that was like
do a song with anyone. I always be thinking in my head like sometimes I'll see like an older person who's like hot and I'm just like, damn, like if I got a song with one of these niggas, like if I got a song with like, I don't know, even a nigga like Soulja Boy, like damn, you got Soulja Boy in your track. Like Soulja Boy was hot when I was like 7, bro. I'm like, yo, if I can get a nigga like that on my song, that would be crazy. Or even like not even rap. If I can get a nigga like, I don't know, like damn, like Miley Cyrus. Like if I got a Miley Cyrus feature, like bro, I'm fucking the streets up like badly.
Let me get that Erykah Badu feature. Come on, man.
Yo, Erykah Badu, like people, like if you were hot when I was like a baby and you're still hot, like I need that feature. If I like your music, respectfully.
Real shit, though. nigga get a song done with Willie Nelson. Quit playing. Feel me? Shit.
Bring it back.
Do a whole remix. Alright. So, we have a couple more serious. Well, I think it's more or less our last serious question. What is the definition of success to you?
Definition of success? If the definition of success I would say is to be happy first and foremost. Like to be happy, content, whatever word you want to use, joyful. To be happy, to be free, and to love and be loved. I think those things, like if you have those things, you can't, nothing can knock you off. You feel me? If you're happy with what you're doing, if you have freedom to your extent, maybe you can do what you want to your extent. And if you love and receive love, if you love and you are loved, like I think that's the definition of success. Because those things are just like there's no amount of money that can get you to those. Freedom maybe, like I said, like freedom maybe a certain amount of money, but like there's no amount of money that can get you to those, and there's no amount of real like work you can really do to get those. Freedom is different. Like I think you do have to work for freedom in this society, in this world, but love and happiness, I think like those two, it's like you can't. Money can't buy that. People will say like, yeah, here and there, but it's like the reason why we know that's not true is because we see like celebrities kill themselves on like a quarterly basis. Like every 4 months or so, you'll see a celebrity that killed themselves. You'll see a celebrity that is addicted to drugs or is in a divorce. Like I don't care how rich you are, bro. Like if your woman cheats on you or your man cheats on you, that shit is gonna hurt. There's no amount of money that can save that for you. If you're rich, you feel me, and you lose a kid, there's no amount of money that can save you from that. Or it's like, you see these people who have mad bread and they're so depressed, so we already know that. And then just like love, like we need that as humans. It's a fact. Like there's a few things that humans really need, and it's like we're a social species. Like we need love. Like there's been studies that have been done where it's like getting ostracized, like getting kicked out of your community or getting excommunicated, however you want to put it, getting like shunned from society or whatever, like it does real physical effects on your body. It really messes with your body. Like if you don't have anyone, like I know there are people who live off the grid, and it's like you make that decision to go do that. But it's like if it happens to you against your will, that can really fuck you up. So if you are happy, if you have your freedom and you're loved, like you're successful regardless. No matter where you live, no matter how much bread you have, you're successful if you have those things, in my opinion.
Definitely, man. Good shit, damn. I like that take on it. Versus a lot of other people I've heard. That one definitely I'm talking about.
You're like, yo, once I hit a million, I'm successful. I'm like, nigga, no. There's a lot that goes into that. Right. If you hit a million and you spend 999,000, right, you only got $1. Or like, God forbid, if you hit a million, you can still, I don't know. I'm not saying like nothing bad has to happen to you to be successful, but it's like I think that's what you gotta have first. You feel me? Like you gotta have the love first, where it's like, you can have all those things and bad things will still happen to you. You might fucking lose a leg, you might lose a mom, lose a son, but it's like it's a lot easier to cope with that if you have love, if you're already happy, if you already have freedom, like those types of things.
Right. Y'all heard it here already. Yard Talk family. Let's carry on. All right, so next question. What's the best era of music to you? When I say era, man, you can go as far back as Beethoven. No, I'm just fucking with you. Nah, you can, though. But, or we can bring it up a little sooner, like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, or now.
Dang, the best era of music. I would say the 90s for sure. Like the 90s are just set in stone. I feel like I'm not gonna be different and try to glaze past that. The 90s is just different. Like 99 to like 05, I would say that era is just solidified. And then personal favorites, I'd probably say even just this past 10 years, like 2014 to like now, it's been the most impactful for me. So I would say probably like the last 10 years, and then maybe like 10 years from when I was born, like when I was born and then 10 years before that. Those are probably my two that I would have to juggle between.
Most definitely. Damn, I mean that's a little different than trying to think of go through blasting the past in my head. 2014. Yeah, damn.
Like when I was in high school, when I was first coming up in high school, like 2014, that era just like did something to me. So I could even make it like a little more specific, like probably like maybe like 2013 to like 2018, 19, like shit was really hitting. Shit was really hitting in that time. Like that was when I was in high school. I came like just the time that I was coming into like coming of age, and also the music that was coming up. Like I was heavy on like Chance the Rapper, Joey Badass, Flatbush Zombies, all them niggas, and then also I was messing with like Maybach music, like Rick Ross was hot at that time, Wale, Meek Mill, all them niggas, and just like the usual people are still gonna be dropping. Like Ye is gonna drop, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, all of them. So like that era, that 2014 to like 2018, I'm really messing with, and then also the 90s, like 90 to 99, 90 to like 02. That's when shit was like just the type of music they were making back then. I feel like it was just crazy.
Little time thinker, by the way, to fuck with people's head. Just let it sink in. We're in 2024. It's already almost June. Coming around fast as fuck.
You gotta get to April 1st. I feel that.
Yeah, true, but still, shit's coming around fast. Let that sink
Yeah.
in. We're in 2024. 2030 ain't that far away.
Okay, 2024. Like I still have to like really like be like we're in 24 now. It's not 23 no more. And we've already been here for a few months. It's just like damn, time is really moving.
Right. Yeah, let that sink in for y'all. You know, it kind of makes me feel old. I'm about to be 25.
Yeah, feel that.
All right. I know I'm not gonna be the Walker anytime soon. All right, don't do that to me. All right, no, we moving on for real though. It's lit. It's lit. How do you think your breakthrough song, when the time comes, will be structured?
How will it be structured? It's probably gonna be my go-to. It's probably gonna be a verse, hook, verse. It's probably gonna be like a minute 50 track. Those are the tracks that really be hitting. Like my I think like it's like my second biggest song. My song End of Discussion. That's how it's. That song is kind of just verse and then bridge. Like it's a verse and then the end. I'm repeating it, so it's only one chorus, and that song's like a minute 20 seconds, and that song's one of my biggest songs. I think it's probably gonna be structured like that. Like those songs, there's just like a science to them. I feel like it's just like people are gonna want more. They're gonna just keep bumping it, or I could see it being like a real song, like verse, chorus, whatever, like verse, chorus, maybe like feature chorus type of thing, just being like one of the radio songs. But yeah, like most likely, if I had to bet on it, I'd say the song will be structured probably be under 2 minutes, and it'll probably be one verse, either one verse and two hooks, or one verse and one hook, something like that.
All right, moving on. We almost done. We have a next. So we got two more main questions, and then we're gonna move on to our last two fun segments before we close it out. First segment being Would You Rather. Second segment being First Thing Comes to Mind. So those are pretty
smooth.
evident classics, you know. Can't miss with those. But before then, let's get to our last two questions. If you didn't go down the path of music, what would it be?
Still kind of like business. Like I gotta do business on the side of my music, anyways, and with my music. But if I wasn't like 100% into music, I would probably be doing something with business, either selling something, having my own business, having my own store, or I could see myself I want to do this anyways in my life, but I can see myself just getting into something with nature, like working with nature, or working like with people, like being like working public service, either working with like social work or working with kids, something like that.
Okay. I love that shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think that's, yeah, I could definitely see you still actually pursuing that as well, even now. Definitely would love to see that shit. Now, for our final question, are there any local artists you want to shout out? Or any artists that you want to
Shout out.
Yeah.
Um, just for like, business purposes, to keep it in the family, I would say just like, my boys that I make music with, Zen Studios, the Zen niggas. I would just say like my boy Loneninjah, who produces for me, my boy Sensei Sol. Sensei Sol is like, I don't even know how to describe it, but he's like my favorite rapper. He's literally like that nigga that you hear about, like your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Like, he's very underrated, but it's like when he does shows, it's like the second coming of like Ye, bro. He's literally like Ye when it comes to his shows, his fashion. He produces and raps just like me. So definitely gotta shout out my boy Sensei. Gotta shout out my boy Quis, Asani, my boy E Flat, who's a producer. My boy Arkh Zeus, who's an artist who really got me into this shit. He was making music in his basement when he was 15. He was pressing CDs, like kind of just getting me into it, like mixing and mastering. So the Zen niggas, Ninja Soul, Envy, my boy Envy. So Ninja Soul, Envy, Arkh Zeus, E Flat, Quis, and Asani. I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing nobody. If I am, sorry, you haven't had an impact like that. But yeah, just shouting out like the people that I've been doing music with. And there's a lot of dudes from my city that I mess with, and even just like I like to work with a lot of different people. You feel me? I like to branch out singers, rappers, producers. My area got a lot of talent in it. I think my area is definitely like it's about to come up. I feel like every single year we're like about to come up. So like I know when we really do, it's about to be like some crazy shit. Like the Massachusetts area, the Boston area, there's just so much talent, bro. So much talent.
Most definitely can't miss out on that. It may not look like a great big something to look up to, but it's definitely, I know they hitting out there for sure. Now y'all already know the drill on that. Every artist shouted out here in this video will be listed out in the description. So,
yeah, if you check my page, you'll see him tagged in something. So
already gonna get to it.
Sure.
So here we are. Now we have Would You Rather, and first thing comes to mind. So starting on with the Would You Rather. Would you rather step on a path of slugs and roaches and beetles, or step on hot coal?
How long? How long is the path?
10 yards.
10 yards. I'm not even scared of bugs, but like, give me the coal, no bullshit. Don't people do that as like a mindfulness like training, like stepping on coals? Give me the coals for 10 yards. I'll do that. But if I do the bugs, it is what it is.
I'm pretty sure it would be the same agenda though. With the bugs, it would just feel slimy and crunchy.
I probably kill them niggas. I don't gotta kill nobody for nothing. Like, listen, bugs get to live. My feet might be hot, but I'm not killing no nature. So,
yeah,
give me the coals. I'll deal with it after.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Would you rather drink the most potent vodka mixed with Xanax, or smoke weed infused with LSD?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the weed, bro. Give me the weed.
Yo, that vodka gonna have you throwing going
Nah, I'm
out
gonna
the
get the
guts, bro.
answers. If I hit that LSD blunt, I'm gonna get some answers for real. If I hit that vodka, it might be long live CLIPSE, no bullshit. So yeah, so give me that blizz. Give me that blizz with the acid in it.
Right.
Nigga said vodka and Xanax. That's what rappers be talking about. I'm not that type of rapper, bro. I'm not.
Nah.
Give me a water.
No, for real though. All right. Would you rather live in a haunted house? So like poltergeist activity all around you, shit moving every now and then, shit slamming, all that mumbo jumbo being thrown, or would you rather just be haunted for life by a doll, murderous doll? Like every house you go, also is always gonna like the entities are gonna follow you, so you're always gonna.
It don't make no difference.
In other words,
I
can you just live there and ignore it, or are you okay with repeatedly killing Chucky?
What was okay.
So live in a crib live in a haunted house for I don't know how long, just live there, or be haunted for life by a doll that follows me everywhere. I'm probably gonna just take the crib. I think either way, it's like you can't really win with that. Like I'm gonna probably take the crib. I'm gonna have God with me, and yo, there'd be like sometimes there'd be like older ladies that be living in haunted cribs and they're just cool with it. You feel me? Like some people be like that. You're like, yo, this house is haunted. Like sometimes the doors just be slamming and shit.
They just be sitting there like.
As long as that nigga don't touch you, bro, do what you gotta do. Like Ghost ain't paying rent. That nigga better be real. He better be real humble.
And don't be throwing none of my dishes in that kitchen. We gonna be fighting too.
I'll take the crib. I'll blast music. I'll scare that nigga out.
You gotta get some Black Air Forces and NBA boy. He ain't gonna mess with you no more.
That ass, bro. But yeah, I can't be hunted by a dog. Like you're telling me I'm gonna be like, might be at a show or something, might be chilling with someone and this nigga just pulls up. Like that's a bad look. It's a terrible look.
Out of nowhere. I mean, you can
I mean, I tell that nigga too that I'm weird.
if you know how to do it. If you know, like, all right, like, let's say this doll has this like pattern about it, you know, so you know his moves every time he comes around. So you're just sitting there waiting for him to come on the stage, like, all right. Now you can start playing off.
I just probably wouldn't be home. I'd be at the studio or something. I'd probably only sleep there. But that would suck too. Like I'd be trying to go to sleep and then get haunted. Like there's really no good answer, but I'm gonna take the crib. I'll find a way.
Most definitely. Okay. Would you rather make a shoe, your brand, your idea, and get little to no money for it, or had someone call me, or would you rather do little to no work on something and get all the money in the world for it?
All the money in the world?
For doing nothing.
That's kind of hard to turn down. So just for doing what I'm doing right now? I mean, like, I feel it. I definitely do feel the question. And I do take my creative integrity very seriously. But realistically, if I can just be mad rich and I don't have to do anything, I don't know. I'm probably going to take that. And then I'll go and do my own thing. But yeah, I would say at first, if I had to choose, I'd probably say the second one. Like, you know, getting paid and not having much work into it. If it's ugly, if it comes out and I don't like it, it's just like, it happens. We'll have more projects.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that was definitely meant to be a deep kind of would you rather kind of question. Definitely has some meaning to it. So yeah. Okay. now we are moving on to first thing comes to mind. All right, so I'm gonna say one word, just whatever comes to mind, man. All right, starting off with color.
Red.
Place.
Earth.
Country.
United States, fortunately.
Food.
That's all I had.
Food.
What's the next one?
Food.
Pasta.
Smell.
Shit.
Sound.
Music. Song. Mad City.
Ooh, okay. Shoe.
Dunks.
Team.
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 Yeah.
The Bucks.
Okay. And hero.
Homelander.
Okay. Okay.
Not really hero, but that's the first thing that came to my head.
I mean, in their eyes, they are heroes.
Fair. That's the first thing that came up. I wasn't even trying to bullshit. That's the first thing that came up.
No, you already know, though. Y'all already know the motherfucking drill. This is your talk, family. Real shit. Man, definitely appreciate you coming through for this. I'm glad we finally got around to it after about 7 months. 8 months, I believe.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah. But we have so many more interviews on the way. Y'all already know. We're going to keep killing it. Get live streams too. Y'all already know. Got to stick with this shit.
For sure. Keep it up, bro. Don't quit. You got a good infrastructure. Just based off of what you were telling me in the DMs, it's honestly just about how far you take it. Like, you have everything set up. Seems like you have a goal. It's just like about how much work you put into it. How much money, how much time, how much work. You can take it as far as you want to take it. And I think like if you keep it up, sky's the limit for real.
Definitely, man. Appreciate it, man. Shit. Even funny to say, I've been getting messages from some people. I'm like, oh my God, I'm honored. I'm like, that be making me kind of feel good, but it's like, I take that like with steadily, step by step.
Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad you had me on an interview. Like, I've done interviews, but it's like there are plenty of like things in my own, like plenty of platforms in my own city that haven't asked me for an interview just yet, and it's like I'm not fucking that popular, but you definitely know me. You feel me? From Massachusetts, you definitely know what I stand for. So it's no hard feelings, when they call, if I'm available, if I'm ready, I have no problem doing it. But I think people definitely. Don't be like, you can interview anyone, bro. If they got game, they got game. You can interview a homeless nigga. He might not be able to tell you about finances, but he might have something he can tell you,
Well, our other thing is, too, that the narrative we try to push with this shit. Yeah, you can interview anyone, but can you make a real deal connection after that interview? Can you hold a real deal connection? A friendship. Build a good relationship with this person. Whether it be a brotherhood, a sisterhood, whatever.
Yeah, the follow-up is so important.
Most definitely. And that's why I think a lot of platforms fail. And that's something I don't want to fail at. Like, I've made pretty good, solid connections with several people. Even her down here. Come on now. She really, it was supposed to be just an interview, but it turned out like, yeah, come on. Be with the team. Let me get to know you. How you doing? All that shit. Real deal shit,
It's fire.
That's the shit we here for. We're gonna keep that going.
But yeah, bro, keep it. I think for interviews, like, cause there's mad different things that do interviews. I think the sauce for like an interviewer is like the thing that's gonna separate you is obviously who you interview and also like what you pull out of them. Like, there's certain artists where I'll see, and it's like I like the artist, but it's like I might listen to one platform over another just because, or even this thing like, just how does it sound? You feel me? How does it sound? How does it look? So it's like, it's a lot more than just you talking to them, but it's like so much shit around it. Like, what can you pull out of that person? What can you do that other interviews don't do? Like, is it faster for people that like it faster? Pause. Is it like slower, more slow paced? Is it more like trippy? Is it more like mystical? Or is it more like up in your face? So I think it's just like whatever you can do that differentiates you, like get in that bag and just like stay there and just like double, triple, quadruple down on it. Even this, like I feel like just about how like organic it is. Like I don't know, like if I seen a thumbnail and like let's say like I didn't even know y'all, if I seen a thumbnail and it was like both of y'all and then at the top it was like someone like Drake that you just wouldn't expect to see in like a Discord chat. It's like, oh shit, like he's in the Discord chat, like he's really down to the ground with it. So like whatever you do, you know, like whatever you do, I say just like double down on it.
Definitely, man. Real shit. Appreciate it.
Sure.
But y'all heard it here from my boy T motherfucking Clips. Me motherfucking Big T. Got my girl down here. Key motherfucking STAAXZ. Y'all already know. You gotta stick with it. Subscribe, like, all that fancy smancy shit. Man, stick to it. We're gonna keep going. Yard Talk family. And I'd also like to introduce you, my boy, officially part of the Yard Talk family as well. Man, real shit. But we out of this bitch.
All right, bro. Good night to y'all. Good morning, wherever you're coming from. God bless. Have a good one.
Thank you. Same to you.
Hey, yo, Noir. Yeah. Like, I'm in that zone. I'm in that mode. I'm in that zone. I'm in that mode. I'm in that. Yeah. I'm on the quest. I'm in the gang. Under my chest. Under my chain. Yeah. What's the delay? Like, what's the delay? What's the delay? Yeah. I'm on the quest, I'm with the gang, real in my chest, under my chain, minus the S. I've been in Spain, royalty checks. What's the delay? Skate to the net, that's a fillet. Man, who got next? What's the delay? 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 I'm on the quest, I'm with the gang, real in my chest, under my chain, minus the S. I've been in Spain, royalty checks. What's the delay? Send me that text. I'm on the way, go get undressed. What's the delay? 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 Now if it don't get dangerous, then I can't have no fun with that.